What's up, my essential units? It's the Central Man here. So this is my review of Monday Night Raw for the 16th of June, 1997. This show was in Lake Placid in New York City. This was filler, just filler. Anything special. We got like a heel turn at the end of this episode. We'll get to that later on in this review. So I'll get to the reason why this Raw was filler in my final ratings of this Raw review at the end of this review. So the show kicked off with Vince McMahon interviewing Stone Cold Steve Austin about the, what was it, a tag team championship tournament. So actually, it's not a championship tournament. It's basically a tag team tournament. Winner face Austin and Shawn Michaels. They were at the time the WWF Tag Team Champions. Austin said about like do not care about Shawn Michaels, and then Mankind popped up in the Titantron, said about you and I we could lit the tag team scene on fire, and I think he Austin called Mankind a freak. I didn't need Shawn Michaels, his long hair and his earrings. Was it earrings and shaking his ass? And then Mankind says, I got long hair. I can wear I can wear an earring. I can shake my ass. And Austin says, you got a fat ass. And then Mankind says, I'll give you time to think about it. Have a nice day. Then it brings up the events from last week's Raw. It was the previous week's episode of Raw, because this is in 1997, by the way. So you had basically like Austin, Stone Cold Stunner, Ken Shamrock. It was originally supposed to be Austin Pillman, but it was more of an angle with the Hart Foundation attacking Austin, Pillman for Mankind, and then the situation when the ending the disqualification when the Hart Foundation members attacking Mankind, and then Austin came to the rescue, and Shamrock came to the rescue. Austin hit Shamrock with the Stone Cold Stunner. Yeah, you had Ken Shamrock came out with I hate his theme music. I don't know if that was dubbed or he just like this is his first theme music when he came to the company in 1997. I like his second one. This was like, I don't know, a bit generic. Anyway, so he said like, I didn't come here to save. I don't, what was it? I think he said I didn't came here to save your ass. Because I hate bullies. Referring to the Hart Foundation. You're just the same as the Hart Foundation. He said like he wants to challenge Austin to a fight, and he said no. He said knuckles up. I think I don't know what is that his net like catchphrase. I don't know. That was a bit. It didn't really got over like knuckle up. What the? I like Braun Strowman's these hands. That's way better than knuckle up. What the hell? But Austin Shamrock taking off his t-shirt. You thought that teasing like they're gonna end up like brawling, but they didn't. Anyway, so and also to bring up during this interview segment, he had first brought up hit Austin's match with Brian Pillman or members of the Hart Foundation instead of Brett, but because Brett is at a house show in Toronto. This show, by the way, you got about at the time 3-4 weeks until Canadian Stampede. So we'll get to that show next time. So we got about like 3 more Raw reviews. I'm gonna do like a Raw review later on in the week. I think Friday, and then next week I'm reviewing Raw 1000. I really want to review it. It's been almost 10 years since that show. Anyway, let's get back to this Raw review. So Brian Pillman's thoughts I wrote down about basically his match with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Said like I think he's confronted McMahon that is an audacity to handcuff my fellow Hart Foundations like criminals. You made one mistake. This what was this? I think he said this criminal has a rap sheet. I don't know if that's true. Like Brian Pillman commit any like crime, but it's just what it is. I'm trying to like talking about it briefly. So Anyway, so the first match. This is the first round of this tag team tournament. Winner face Austin and Shawn Michaels, because at this moment in time, Shawn Michaels briefly left the company because I don't know, he got suspended or briefly quit. I think he kind of quit the company due to maybe it's pay dispute, or not pay dispute, but maybe it's creative kind of like why the reason why he's left. He didn't really left completely. He came back to referee the main event of SummerSlam of that year. That was Undertaker, Bret Hart. We'll get to that match this summer because SummerSlam this year is in fucking July. You have to get to my. You have to wait until for my predictions for SummerSlam 2022. That's next week. So yeah. So we the first match to kick off this Monday Night Raw. We got the first match of the first round of the tag team tournament. We got Owen Hart and the British Bulldog taking on the new Blackjacks. That is Bradshaw and Wyndham. I think that's Barry Windham. So yeah, people don't talk about Barry Windham's. He's more associated with the NWA and WCW, but not in the WWF/WWE. His runs in WWE were very forgettable with some gimmicks he does. The Whittle Stalker, the Widowmaker and the Stalker, something like that. Anyway, so the match was okay. Bulldog and Owen got the victory, advanced to the next round. Owen hit, I think it was. Oh, by the way, the Bradshaw is the future JBL. By the way, I think it was Wyndham or Bradshaw that Owen hit with an enziguri. Bulldog got the pin. Yeah, Owen and Bulldog advance into the next round, like I said, to the tag team tournament. So, and then you got this, basically, we got this promo segment with Paul Bearer and The Undertaker talking about the new, there was a video package of the previous week's episode when Farouk kicked Savio Vega and Crush out of the group, and also Clarence Mason because that led up to Savio Vega and Crush forming their own factions. Los Boricuas and was it the Disciple of Apocalypse? Clarence Mason's contract was expired. He ended up coming back to pro wrestling in WCW in the year 2000 in the feud between Booker T and Stevie Ray. Another story, another time. Go watch my reviews of, I think it was Uncensored 2000 and Spring Stampede 2000. Anyway, so Undertaker's about to say something, Paul Bearer says, he said, along the secrets over your head, you have to do what I say, and Ahmed Johnson, you have to do what I say. It's all about the main event tonight, get to the main event, later on. So moving on to the next match. Actually, there was a segment with Ken Shamrock talking about, he brings up, what Stone Cold Steve Austin, Stone Cold stunned him, with the Stone Cold Stunner. He said he ended with nickel up. I'm talking about briefly, it was just, Ken Shamrock's not known for his promo, his mic skills. It was just what it is. I think that's the reason why they never pushed him heavily, because he's got a good physique. He's good in the ring. But the one nitpick about him is his mic skills. Compared to Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle's a good talker. That's the reason why they pushed him over his first run in the company. He can talk. Ken Shamrock cannot talk. I don't know. But anyway, let's get back to really the next match. So the next match, we got Phileas Godwin. Phileas Godwin is the future Midian, part of the Ministry of Darkness, taking on Hunter Hearst Helmsley with China in his corner. China kind of friends someone who's basically holding Helmsley's rope. In my opinion, they dropped the ball of having. I said in my review of King of the Ring '97 that they should have Helmsley with being the king, with the crown scepter and the robe, but I think they missed. I think he'll benefit well with that gimmick. He was this Connecticut rich snob, but I think they missed a big boat. Either he didn't do the whole DX direction. I'm not saying DX is bad, but yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry, I was distracted by the TV, but anyway, so yeah, if they didn't win, DX is a good group, but if they didn't win in that DX direction, I think, in my opinion, I think it'll probably work. I don't think it'll get pushed. I think it'll be a short term. Anyway, so moving on. Yeah, let's talk about this match. Nothing much to talk about. In the end, China got involved a little bit. Yeah, he threatened this guy. He was had curly hair. He was holding. I don't know what the who he's supposed to be. Is he supposed to be like Helmsley's like I don't know Helmsley's rope carrier? I don't know, but anyway, so China did got involved a bit. It's way better than she got involved in the Helmsley Mankind match at King of the Ring in 1997. Anyway, so in the end, Phileas Godwin, kiss, we call it snog, but kissing China. In the end, Helmsley hit the pedigree for the win. It's predictable, similar to the first match. I predict that Owen and Bulldog won their match against the Blackjacks, and Hart, and this match Helmsley defeat Phileas Godwin. So anyway, and then the next match, you had this is an inter-promotional match. So we got basically you got a wrestler from the USWA taking on a wrestler from ECW. We had, by the way, he had Paulie Dangerously, aka Paul Heyman on commentary, because at the time WWF was in his working relationship with ECW. So anyway, so you got Sonny Tiny Sitch as a ring announcer. We got Chris Candido represent ECW, taking on Brian Christopher represent the USWA. That's Joe the King Lawler's company or territory, because at the time they were in a working relationship with USWA alongside ECW. They did. This is Chris Candido's first match as Chris Candido, because he was in the company before as Skip. Was it the Body Adonis? That was the tag team with him and Tom Pritchard. They kind of bring up. He used to be Skip. I'm glad they bring up that Candido's first run in the company. Because at the time he was in the ECW. It's very sad, like, both of them are no longer with us, because Candido died in 2015. That was after the lockdown pay-per-view. And also you had Brian Christopher died in 2018. It's a sad, not both wrestlers die young, no longer with us. It's a bit sad. Anyway, so in the end, Lawler came out of nowhere. That was the disqualification. I think Candido trying to do a move up the top rope, and Lawler basically throwed him off. And the match was the DQ. You had RVD, Brian Christopher, and Lawler beating down Chris Candido. And then you got Tommy Dreamer came to the rescue. He showing the referee his ticket, and I don't think this whole ECW mini invasion. I don't think it went anywhere, because, like I said, they're in this they're in this working relationship. Don't think it went anywhere, because you won't see these wrestlers ever again until 2001 in the Invasion storyline. Anyway, enough of my spiel. Then you got Jim Neidhart with his fellow. I think he had Bulldog and Owen, or maybe just Bulldog in his corner, taking on Goldust. Before that, you had Neidhart says about, I don't like being handcuffed like criminals. I don't care what Goldust likes, he doesn't like. I don't like being handcuffed. I'm going to show you that crime always pays. The match was okay. Improv 2. Filler. So far the show has been filler. The matches, they're really short. They never got time to flash out to get in its second gear. Anyway, so you had the previous week when the European title match between Bulldog and Goldust. You had basically you had Bulldog trying to friend to hit Marlena. In this match, you had basically you had basically Bulldog confronting Marlena. Marlena trying to slap Bulldog, but not Goldust, Bulldog grabbed her hand, and then Goldust, Goldust came to the rescue, and then Neidhart cheat shot him. In the end, Goldust rolled up Neidhart for the win, and then there's I think it was a production botch. He played they played Bulldog's theme music instead of Goldust's music after he won this match. So yeah, it just made the Hart Foundation like jamokes. And then we got yeah, then we got Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Brian Pillman. The first time since was it first time since 1994. First time, I think it's the first known time in the WWF. So yeah, you had members of the Hart Foundation handcuffed because Brett's doing a show in I think it was at the Toronto Sky Dome. It was a house show, by the way. You had basically you had Bulldog, Owen, Neidhart, handcuff. The match was good. It wasn't You can say this is match of the night by default, but that's not saying too much. Yeah, the Bulldog, not Bulldog. Yeah, Pillman, his nose was bleeding. I think Austin he took like a stiff shot. Austin did some stiff punch. Every time he does like the Luther press, he does the punches. I think one of the punches is stiff. Anyway, so and also Austin was mostly just beating down the members of the Hart Foundation, handcuff, Owen, Bulldog, Neidhart. In the end, Owen managed to really like stole the key from the referee, managed to uncuff his handcuffs, and managed to handcuff his fellow Hart Foundation members. And yeah, before that, you had Pillman knock out Austin, who's basically with a knuckle duster or brass knuckles. I think it was a tape brass knuckles or whatever foreign object. It's not WCW. They call it the International object. So, but Pillman hit Austin with the taped up brass knuckles. That was a near fall, by the way. So anyway, Owen managed to escape. The match ended in disqualification. The Hart Foundation beat down Stone Cold Steve Austin. Then you got Pillman came to the rescue. Austin and Pillman started to brawl. Then you got like Goldust and the Legion of Doom trying to break up the fight, and then Goldust grabbed the mic, says, that's really what they want. And they say they accept their challenge. You want us going to Calgary? We'll come to Calgary to kick your ass, and that's the spawn line. Saying Stone Cold's catchphrase, and Austin basically says, I don't really need you, but Gorilla Monsoon don't want me to fight them don't want me to fight them on their own, but one time we're not gonna hang out, we're not gonna drink beers. I think they bleeped out. I think Austin sweared. I don't know. I think he did swear. So anyway, so basically we got the main event of Canadian Stampede, the Hart Foundation taking on Austin, the Legion of Doom, Goldust, and Ken Shamrock. So moving on to the next match. So the next match, this is a filler match. You got Tommy Rogers taking on Bobby Fulton. Before that, there was a video package of basically Sable showing off the Raw is War t-shirt, and then you got Mark Mero basically basically told him to leave. It's basically not pull her on, basically just tell her to leave. Kind of like took her backstage. I'll get to that shortly. Back to this match between Tommy Rogers and Bobby Fulton. Nothing much about it. The announcers brought up that there used to be a tag team. In the end, Tommy Rogers got the victory, and also there was I think it was at the next match. Yeah, I think it was at the next match. So, the Paulie Dangerously and Tommy Dreamer. We'll get to that shortly. And then you got Mark Mero told basically Sable to go with him at backstage. I think this is the start of the whole storyline with Sable taking the spotlight behind under the you're basically going breaking through the shadows of Mark Merrow, basically hugging the spotlight, made Mark Merrow jealous. That was more of a career killer for Mark Merrow. He's that good. He never he was IC champion. IC stands for the Intercontinental title, but he's never he was an IC champion, but he's never didn't do much in the WWF. I feel sorry. Yeah, it's just basically pushing Sable because she was only there because of her looks. And by the way, Sable is now the wife of Brock Lesnar. So yeah, this was the building blocks of their rivalry. I think it took off in 1998. So moving on to the next match. This is the other match of the first round of the tag team. Was it the tag team tournament? Tag team title tournament? Yeah, not that it's not for the championships. It's for winner face the tag team champions. Anyway, so we got the headbangers. That's Marsh and Thrasher taking on Joe Dick and Lola and RVD. Yeah. Match was I thought RVD and Lola get the victory. It's just all about RVD showcasing what he can do. Wow, RVD, man. It's a shame that how the WWE never truly pushed him. Yeah, they pushed it. Yeah, he was WWE champion in 2006, but at this moment in time, he was there because of the success of the one night stand shows in those mid 2000s. But when he was, they never truly pushed him when he was, starting to break away from the alliance in 2000 and 2002. I don't know. I don't want to get in. I'm talking about briefly, by the way. I don't want to get in details of it. It's a shame. I think RVD is a good worker. They never pushed him seriously in his truly in his prime. He was 35 when he was was it 35, 36 when he won the championship, but never won the title in his late 20s, early 30s. It's really a shame, man. But anyway, so in the end, you had the Sandman making his, you could say, WWF appearance, help the Headbangers got the victory, and then RVD and Tommy Dreamer kind of brawl. Dreamer basically had Heyman I'll call him Paul Heyman, Paulie dangerously trying to break up the fight, pulling Paul Dreamer away. And like I said, this is not really going anywhere. It's like I think one ECW show they did later on in the year, they had this inter-promotional matches, but they never went anywhere. They're just basically ECW. It's cool to see the ECW guys giving that exposure, but this whole mini invasion never went anywhere. If they didn't really had that, the storyline with the Hart Foundation, maybe they could do something. It's just has to do with timing. So anyway, so moving on to the main event. The main event, this is a tag team match. The Undertaker and Ahmed Johnson. Before that, and also there was a segment with Farouk basically bring it up. I think he said the word cotton picker. That is racist. You'll never see any wrestler with doing a racist slur in their promos in today's pro wrestling, whether it's in WWE or even AEW. We're never gonna get to see that. It's go too far. I don't mind people swearing, saying shit and fuck. That's cool, but saying the N word and any type of racial slur, it goes too far, man. But anyway, so you had Paul Bearer kind of controlled. Ahmed Johnson says you got to do what I say. I think Ahmed called Paul Bearer Doughboy. Says I gotta respect the Undertaker. You don't owe me anything. He kind of. I think he threatened that. I think you're if you get if I think he said if you sorry, I'm trying to remember. The promo, by the way. Anyway, so I think Ahmed Johnson says if you get involved, you confront the Undertaker. There's problems. Yeah, I'm trying to remember the promo that one, but Anyway, so yeah, you had Ahmed Johnson and at the time the World Wrestling Federation champion, The Undertaker, taking on Farouk and his new members of the Nation. He introduced Kama, that's Kama Mustafa, with D'Lo Brown. Match was just okay. Showcase Kama Mustafa. Kama Mustafa is the future Godfather. This is the start of the second Nation of Domination. That was more successful than the first one. The second Nation is more with The Rock, That's later on in the year. Um, Anyway, so this is more between Bearer and Ahmed Johnson. The ending and this heel turn, we'll get to that shortly, was a bit odd. Was a bit, it didn't really pack a punch. So basically, it's just basically you had Ahmed Johnson confronting Paul Bearer, and Colin Mustafa basically just hit Undertaker with some kind of slam. I don't know what it's called. Maybe it's finisher. I'm not too sure. To win this match, and and the New Nation got the victory. You know, Undertaker beat Clean, cool. But I feel there's gonna be a miscommunication between Ahmed Johnson and the Undertaker. They kind of like clashing heads, but unfortunately, it wasn't the case. Yeah, it was a bit disappointing though. So afterwards, you had Ahmed Johnson. You thought like trying to pick up the Undertaker, lift him up, but instead it was a swerve. Ahmed Johnson hit the Undertaker with the pure river plunge, left the ring, and joined the Nation. So yeah, this Hilton was. I think it was good for Ahmed Johnson. It's typical, like for months now. He's trying to like take down the Nation. I get it. It's more like if you can't beat them, join them type of situation. But this was kind of off. Unless they've like, let me say, Ahmed Johnson and Taker, one of them cost each other this match. Maybe it could like I'm sick of you bullshit. But yeah, it was just like I don't know a basically I don't know. This is kind of like filler. But yeah, Ahmed Johnson ended up. I think he ended up joining the Nation, and went on to feud the Nation once again. So that was a pointless heel turn. So it didn't really do anything for Ahmed Johnson. It benefited The Rock's career. He went on to become a megastar in the company. But with Ahmed Johnson, he didn't do much. So yeah, I think it was just a bit weak. It would just come out of nowhere. Yeah, you gotta have the Nation getting that win, but I want to see like a miscommunication. Maybe it could be a little bit better, but yeah, Ahmed Johnson in the Nation. It was just kind of whatever. It was just it kind of fit the group pretty damn well. With this new group with D'Lo Brown and Colin Mustafa. They introduced Rocky Maivia and then Mark Henry. So anyway, so my final rating for this episode of the Monday Night Raw for the 16th of June 1997. I give it 4 out of 10. It was kind of meh, kind of filler. Too much of filler matches. The only match I would put it in the good is most of the Austin Pillman match. Instead of the DQ finish, it was just what it is. Don't think they had another match. I don't think they had another match. We'll get to more of these Raw reviews in the months to come, but it's a shame. I think they should have be. I don't know. I think Austin being Pillman will be a good direction, but I don't think Pillman would lose. Yeah, I think Pillman lose won't hurt him, but it's just what it is, man. But I don't know, protecting both Austin and Pillman, why they didn't need to do that, but we want to see a successful finish. Everyone knows the story about they should have the feud in 1998, but that's another story for another time. But anyway, so it was a bit filler, too much filler matches. The heel turn may be a point in the good. Yeah, this is not make me to watch this Raw ever again. Or yeah, it don't make me watch this Raw again. It's just kind of filler. But anyway, so I hope you enjoyed this review of Monday Night Raw for the 16th of June 1997. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Smash like button, click the like, click the bell, subscribe to the channel, be part of the Central Unit for more wrestling videos and more. This is the Central Man officially signing out, and we'll see you next time for my review of Monday Night Raw for the 23rd of June. Sorry, I put my fucking. There was a timer. Yeah, but anyway. Oh no, it's a notification. It was a fucking timer, by the way. So anyway, so I hope you enjoyed this video, folks. And this is Essential Man officially signing out. Check you later, folks.